You guys, Selena Gomez is responding to what Hailey Bieber recently said in an interview. She since deleted it, but
Selena Gomez has responded to recent comments made by Hailey Bieber that fans thought were about Selena.
it has caused a whole conversation surrounding what Hailey said in this interview.
Hailey recently did a cover story with the Wall Street Journal. In it, she's asked if she feels competitive now that her brand, Rhode Skin.
So the other day, an article came out and it said, is she nervous that Sephora shoppers might compare Rhode to Rare Beauty? The brand from Selena Gomez
Is against other brands at Sephora. Hailey says, I think there's space for everybody. I'm more competitive with myself.
That's also sold at Sephora. Fans have suggested there's a rivalry between the two. Gomez used to date Justin when they were younger.
I don't feel competitive with people I'm not inspired by. Some fans believe Hailey was throwing shade towards Selena, so her comment section looked like this.
Before she can respond, a publicist sitting nearby tells her to skip the question. Hailey ends up answering anyways and says,
People are calling her out for saying she is, quote, not inspired by Selena Gomez. One person says, we are not inspired by you either.
It's always annoying being pitted against other people. I didn't ask for that, Bieber says later, when people want to see you a certain way and they've made up a story.
And although TMZ initially fueled the rumors by reporting that Hailey did indeed shade Selena, they later updated their story saying,
about you in their minds, it's not up to you to change that. As for Rhode, she says, I think there's space for everybody.
Hailey Bieber never dissed Selena Gomez, and sources close to Hailey told the outlet that she never mentioned Selena in the interview.
Yeah, I'm more competitive with myself. I don't feel competitive with people I'm not inspired by. Now, this part people are taking as shade.
Then Selena Gomez quickly posted and deleted this Instagram story. She says, just leave the girl alone. She can say whatever she wants
Towards Selena and her brand, that like Hailey's trying to say like she's not inspired by Selena's brand.
Doesn't affect my life whatsoever. It's just about relevance, not intelligence. Be kind. All brands inspire me.
I believe she was just asked about, how she feels about being with other brands in Sephora. Like when she was asked about this question, like not specifically.
There is room for everyone, and hopefully we can all stop. Now, like I mentioned, Selena quickly deleted this story
about Selena's brand, but it's become this whole thing, and Selena addressed it on her Instagram story.
It is no longer on her profile, but let me know your thoughts down below and follow me for more.
She said, just leave the girl alone. She can say whatever she wants. It doesn't affect my life whatsoever.
Hailey Bieber has reached her breaking point, and this time she isn't holding back. After years of headlines, comparisons, and constant chatter about her so-called feud with Selena Gomez, the model and Rhode Beauty founder has finally made it clear she's done with the drama once and for all. In her latest interview for WSJ Magazine's Innovators Issue, Hailey didn't mince words about how exhausting it's been to live under the shadow of someone else's past relationship. Her tone wasn't defensive, it was tired, sincere, and reflective, revealing a side of Hailey that's been quietly ignored amid the noise of internet gossip. She admitted that being constantly pitted against other women feels frustrating and unnecessary, especially when all she's tried to do is carve out her own identity separate from her husband's romantic history. The quote that caught everyone's attention was simple but powerful. It's always annoying being pitted against other people. I didn't ask for that. And yet, despite her attempts to rise above the chaos, the internet isn't ready to move on. The timing of this interview, coinciding with her brand's latest success at Sephora, where Selena's Rare Beauty also thrives, only reignited the long-standing comparisons fans can't seem to let go of. What was meant to be a moment of professional celebration quickly turned into another viral talking point, leaving Hailey once again in the crossfire of online speculation. But this time, she's taking a different approach, one that might just change how people see her side of the story. The feud between Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez has become one of pop culture's longest-running obsessions, a storyline that refuses to fade no matter how many times both women try to shut it down. It all began back in 2018, when Hailey married Justin Bieber just months after his final split from Selena. The timing alone was enough to ignite a social media firestorm, with fans creating endless comparisons, theories, and narratives about how the two women supposedly felt about each other. What should have been Hailey's fairy tale wedding quickly became a flashpoint for online drama, as people accused her of stepping into Selena's place. From that moment, the internet seemed determined to keep them intertwined, with fan pages, gossip blogs, and even major outlets framing every move as part of a silent rivalry. What made it worse was the emotional history attached to Justin and Selena's on-again, off-again relationship, which had lasted for years and been heavily publicized. So when Hailey entered the picture, she inherited not just a husband, but an entire cultural debate. The internet split into sides, Team Selena and Team Hailey, each ready to defend their favorite at any cost. Both women, meanwhile, have repeatedly tried to move on with grace. Yet every time one of them speaks, posts, or even likes a photo, the online world treats it like evidence of a secret battle. Over time, the drama evolved from a love triangle into something far more toxic, a cultural fixation that thrives on the idea of two women being rivals, even when they've both said they aren't. And that's what Hailey seems most tired of. Not the comparisons themselves, but the way people refuse to let either of them grow beyond the past. Hailey's new interview with WSJ magazine was meant to focus on her business success and her life as a new mom. But once again, it became about something else entirely. When the interviewer brought up the ongoing feud narrative, Hailey didn't hide her frustration. Her tone was calm, but noticeably weary, as she admitted that the comparisons and rivalry rumors had gone too far. "It's always annoying being pitted against other people," she said. "I didn't ask for that." That one sentence perfectly summed up her years of quiet irritation over being defined by someone else's past. She's not angry, she's exhausted. A woman trying to build her own identity while the world insists on tying her story to someone else's. And although she's addressed this topic before, there was something different about her this time. Maybe it's motherhood, maybe it's maturity. But Hailey seemed more confident in setting her boundaries and making it clear she's done being part of anyone's online drama. But of course, in the age of social media, even her attempts at peace somehow become the next headline, and this interview would be no exception. The moment that truly set the internet on fire came from one subtle yet powerful exchange. During the WSJ magazine interview, Hailey was asked if she ever felt competitive, given that her Rhode Beauty line now sits in the same Sephora aisles as Selena Gomez's Rare Beauty. Hailey smiled politely and answered, "I think there's space for everybody." It was a diplomatic, polished response, until she added one more line that instantly broke the internet. "I don't feel competitive with people I'm not inspired by." That single sentence became the spark that reignited the feud conversation all over again. Within hours, fans began dissecting every word, convinced that Hailey had thrown a subtle jab at Selena. The interviewer tried to press for clarification, but Hailey's publicist quickly stepped in and shut it down, which only made people more curious. To calm the storm, Hailey's team later clarified to Page 6 that her comments weren't directed at Selena at all. Still, the damage was done. The quote spread across every gossip site and TikTok feed, turning a professional interview into another viral controversy. Even though Hailey's intention may have been to highlight individuality, the internet twisted it into something far more dramatic, proving just how impossible it is for her to speak publicly without fans reading between the lines. While Hailey's comments fueled a new wave of online chatter, Selena Gomez has consistently tried to take the higher road, urging her fans to let go of the rivalry once and for all. Back in 2022, she and Hailey shocked the internet when they posed together for a viral photo at the Academy Music Gala, an image that was supposed to symbolize peace between the two. For a brief moment, it seemed like the feud had finally been put to rest. Selena even took to Instagram at the time, asking her supporters to stop the hateful messages directed at Hailey and reminding everyone that bullying doesn't represent who she is. In return, Hailey publicly thanked her, and both women appeared to move forward with quiet, mutual respect. Fans even noticed small gestures of goodwill, like Hailey liking Selena's engagement post and Selena returning the favor on Hailey's Vogue feature. But that calm didn't last long. By mid-2024, sharp-eyed fans realized both stars had quietly unfollowed each other on Instagram, a move that immediately reignited speculation. Comment sections flooded with theories, while fan accounts began posting side-by-side comparisons of their brand launches, outfits, and quotes. It became clear that even when both women try to live peacefully, the internet isn't ready to let the story die. And that constant cycle, peace, speculation, explosion, is exactly what Hailey seems most desperate to escape. For Hailey Bieber, the weight of constant comparison has become more than just an irritation. It's emotional exhaustion that's built up over years of unwanted scrutiny. Long before this most recent interview, she had already spoken openly about how draining it is to have millions of strangers project their opinions and assumptions onto her life. In a 2023 appearance on Bloomberg's The Circuit, she confessed that she hates how people still behave this way over something that happened years ago, stressing that it's so disappointing to see adults fuel a feud based on outdated drama. That frustration has only deepened as she's tried to redefine herself through her own accomplishments, building Rhode into one of the fastest-growing celebrity beauty brands and stepping into motherhood with the birth of her son, Jack Blues Bieber, in August 2024. Becoming a mother seems to have given Hailey a new perspective, one grounded in maturity and peace rather than online validation. Sources close to her say she's now more focused on family and less interested in correcting the false narratives that surround her. Still, it's clear that the emotional toll lingers. When she says, "I didn't ask for that," it's not just about gossip. It's about years of feeling like her identity is tied to someone else's story, even when she's done everything to write her own. For Hailey, the real challenge isn't moving on from Selena, it's convincing the public to let her. The public reaction to Hailey's latest interview was immediate and intense, proving just how deep the obsession with this storyline runs. Within hours, social media feeds filled with clips, quotes, and dissected sound bites from her interview, as fans debated whether her "not inspired by" line was an intentional dig or an innocent remark taken out of context. On TikTok, users replayed her tone and body language in slow motion, while others stitched together old videos comparing her past statements about Selena. X, formerly Twitter, erupted with split opinions, some praising Hailey for standing up for herself, others accusing her of reigniting a rivalry she'd previously called disappointing. Even media outlets couldn't resist amplifying the drama, with headlines suggesting she had shaded Selena right as their beauty brands went head-to-head in Sephora. But the irony was hard to miss. By trying to separate herself from the narrative, Hailey unintentionally fueled it again. Every clarification, every publicist statement, every attempt to calm things down only made the story bigger. And once the online world has a new angle to run with, there's no stopping it. It's the never-ending cycle of celebrity culture, where even silence becomes news, and every word spoken becomes a spark for another round of speculation. At this point, the supposed feud between Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez says more about internet culture than it does about either woman. What started as a private love triangle years ago has evolved into a global spectator sport fueled by fan loyalty, algorithm-driven gossip, and the constant hunger for drama. Both women have made it clear that they don't harbor personal resentment, yet millions online continue to dissect every photo, post, and expression like it's part of a scripted show. It's a modern phenomenon where the audience has become the producer, fans build entire narratives, edit evidence together, and push it across platforms until it trends. What's most revealing is how this cycle rewards negativity. When Hailey and Selena show kindness toward each other, the engagement is minimal. But when there's even a whisper of tension, the numbers skyrocket. That's the trap both women seem stuck in. The internet only celebrates their conflict, never their peace. Over time, this digital tug-of-war has blurred the line between reality and performance, turning two women's personal lives into public property. And while both have tried to end the story gracefully, it's the endless appetite for drama that keeps it alive. Proof that sometimes the feud people talk about isn't between the celebrities at all, but between the audience and its addiction to controversy. Today, both Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez seem determined to move forward, each focused on her own chapter of growth rather than the ghosts of old headlines. Hailey has shifted her energy toward expanding Rhode and embracing motherhood, while Selena has continued her rise as an entrepreneur, musician, and newlywed after marrying Benny Blanco. Both women have evolved far beyond the internet drama that once defined them, but the echoes of the past continue to follow them no matter how much progress they make. Hailey's latest comments weren't meant to reignite tension. They were a reminder that she's tired of being reduced to comparisons and wants the freedom to stand on her own. Meanwhile, Selena's decision to stay silent this time speaks volumes about her maturity and refusal to feed the noise. Fans, however, remain divided, holding on to fragments of the past that neither woman seems interested in revisiting. Some wonder whether another reconciliation moment, like their viral 2022 photo, could happen again. But for now, both appear more focused on peace than publicity. The truth is, neither of them benefits from the rivalry. It's the internet that does. And as Hailey continues to assert her independence and Selena builds her empire, the message becomes clear. The only way this feud truly ends is when the public stops needing it to exist. In the end, Hailey Bieber's latest interview feels less like a jab and more like a declaration of independence. After years of being defined by comparisons, rumors, and narratives she never asked to be part of, she's finally making it clear that she's done playing the internet's game. Her words, "I didn't ask for that," echo with a quiet defiance that says she's ready to be seen for who she is, not for who people think she's competing with. Selena Gomez, too, seems to have chosen peace, focusing on her personal happiness and success rather than rehashing old drama. Together, they stand as two women who have tried repeatedly to move on, only to be dragged back by a public that thrives on rivalry. Their story has become a mirror of modern celebrity culture, where silence is dissected, kindness is overlooked, and conflict is currency. Yet beneath all the noise lies something deeper. Two individuals who've grown, evolved, and chosen grace in a world that profits from chaos. Maybe the real feud isn't between Hailey and Selena at all. It's between the internet's obsession with the past and the reality that both women have already outgrown it.